Have you ever felt like your life is stuck on repeat? Like you're just going through the motions day after day without any real change or growth? Well, what if I told you there's a hidden power within you that can transform your entire life in an instant? It's not magic, it's not a miracle pill, and it's definitely not some get-rich-quick scheme. It's something far more powerful, and it's been inside you all along. Today, we're going to unlock the secret of spiritual focus, a tool so potent that once you learn to activate it correctly, your whole life changes instantly. Imagine waking up every morning filled with purpose, knowing exactly what you want and how to get it. Picture yourself moving through your day with a sense of calm and clarity, even when faced with challenges. Now, think about going to bed each night feeling fulfilled, knowing you're one step closer to your dreams. This isn't just a fantasy. It's the reality that awaits you when you master the art of spiritual focus. But what exactly is spiritual focus? It's not about religion or complex rituals. It's about tapping into the deepest part of yourself, the part that's connected to something greater than just your daily routine. It's about aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with your true purpose. And when you do this, something magical happens. The universe starts to work with you, not against you. Let me share a little story with you. A few years ago, I was just like many of you. I had a decent job, a nice place to live, and good friends. From the outside, everything looked fine. But inside, I felt empty. I was going through the motions of life without really living. I'd wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, and go to bed. Rinse and repeat. Day after day, week after week. I was stuck in a rut, and I couldn't see a way out. Then, one day, I stumbled upon the concept of spiritual focus. At first, I was skeptical. It sounded too good to be true. How could simply changing my focus change my entire life? But I was desperate for a change, so I decided to give it a try. And let me tell you, it was like someone flipped a switch in my brain. Suddenly, I saw opportunities where before I only saw obstacles. I felt energized and motivated where before I was tired and apathetic. Most importantly, I felt a deep sense of purpose and connection that I'd never experienced before. Now, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm telling you this because I want you to know that if I can do it, you can too. Your life right now, no matter how good or bad it might seem, is just the starting point. With spiritual focus, you have the power to transform it into something beyond your wildest dreams. But here's the thing. You're not alone in feeling stuck or unfulfilled. In fact, it's one of the most common struggles people face today. We live in a world that's constantly pulling us in a million different directions. Social media bombards us with images of what our lives should look like. Our jobs demand more and more of our time and energy. Even our downtime is filled with endless distractions. Netflix, video games, endless scrolling on our phones. With all this noise, it's no wonder we feel lost and disconnected. We're so busy trying to keep up with the outside world that we've lost touch with our inner selves. We've forgotten how to listen to that quiet voice inside us that knows what we truly want and need. And that's where most people get stuck. They know they want more out of life, but they don't know how to get it. They try all sorts of things, new diets, new jobs, new relationships, but nothing seems to stick. Nothing brings that lasting change they're looking for. Why? Because they're looking for answers in the wrong place. They're trying to change their outer world without first changing their inner world. This is why so many people fail to achieve their goals or find true happiness. They're using the wrong tool for the job. It's like trying to fix a computer with a hammer. No matter how hard you try, you're not going to get the results you want. What you need is the right tool, and that tool is spiritual focus. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds great, but what exactly is spiritual focus and how do I use it? Don't worry, we're going to dive deep into all of that. But first, I want you to understand why this is so important. Why learning to activate your spiritual focus correctly can literally change your life overnight. Think about it like this. Your mind is like a powerful computer. It's capable of amazing things. But just like a computer, it needs the right software to function at its best. Spiritual focus is that software. It's the operating system that allows you to tap into your full potential. When you learn to activate your spiritual focus correctly, you're essentially reprogramming your mind. You're changing the way you see the world and your place in it. And when you do that, everything changes. Your thoughts change. Your actions change. Your energy changes. And as a result, the world around you changes. It's like putting on a pair of glasses for the first time when you didn't even realize you needed them. Suddenly, everything comes into focus. You see things you never noticed before. Opportunities that were always there, but invisible to you, suddenly become clear as day. But here's the really exciting part. This isn't just about achieving your goals or finding success in the traditional sense. Those things will come, sure. But spiritual focus offers something far more valuable. It offers a sense of peace, of purpose, of deep fulfillment that no amount of money or status can buy. Imagine waking up every morning with a clear sense of who you are and why you're here. Imagine facing challenges not with fear or anxiety, but with a calm certainty that you have the strength to overcome them. Imagine going through your day feeling connected to something greater than yourself, knowing that every action you take is aligned with your true purpose. This is what spiritual focus can do for you. It's not just about changing your life. It's about transforming your entire experience of life. It's about moving from merely existing to truly living. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds too good to be true. If it's so simple, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, the truth is, activating your spiritual focus isn't always easy. It takes practice, patience, and persistence. But here's the good news, anyone can do it. You don't need any special skills or knowledge. You don't need to be particularly spiritual or religious. All you need is the willingness to try and the commitment to stick with it. In the next sections, we're going to break down exactly what spiritual focus is, how it works, and most importantly, how you can activate it in your own life. We'll look at common mistakes people make and how to avoid them. We'll explore practical techniques you can start using today to tap into your spiritual focus. And we'll talk about the incredible changes you can expect to see in your life when you master this powerful tool. But before we dive into all that, I want you to do something for me. Take a moment right now to imagine your ideal life. Don't hold back. Dream big. What does your perfect day look like? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? What kind of work are you doing? Who are you surrounded by? How do you spend your free time? Got that image in your mind? Good. Now, I want you to know something. That life is possible. It's not just a dream or a fantasy. With spiritual focus, you have the power to turn that vision into reality. And the journey starts right here, right now. So, are you ready to unlock your hidden potential? Are you ready to transform your life from the inside out? Are you ready to discover the incredible power of spiritual focus? If so, then let's dive in. Your new life is waiting for you. Let's go get it. Let's dive into what spiritual focus really is. Think of it as a powerful spotlight in your mind. Just like a spotlight can illuminate a dark room, spiritual focus lights up the important parts of your life. It's not about seeing more things, but about seeing the right things more clearly. Spiritual focus is the art of directing your attention towards what truly matters. It's about tuning out the noise of the world and tuning into your inner wisdom. When you have spiritual focus, you're not just reacting to life, you're consciously creating it. But here's the key. It's not just about focusing on anything. It's about focusing on the spiritual aspects of life. What do I mean by spiritual? I'm talking about the parts of life that go beyond the physical and material. Your values, your purpose, your connection to something greater than yourself. These are all spiritual aspects of life. When you cultivate spiritual focus, you start to see the bigger picture. You realize that you're not just a body going through the motions of life. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And that realization changes everything. Imagine you're looking at a beautiful painting. If you focus only on one small corner, you might see some nice colors or shapes. But when you step back and take in the whole picture, suddenly you see the artist's vision. You understand the meaning behind the work. That's what spiritual focus does for your life. It helps you see the masterpiece that is your existence. Now that we understand what spiritual focus is, let's talk about how it works. At its core, spiritual focus is about energy. Everything in the universe is energy, including your thoughts and emotions. When you focus on something, you're directing energy towards it. And where energy goes, growth follows. Think about it like watering a garden. If you spread your water thinly over a large area, nothing really thrives. But if you focus your watering on specific plants, they flourish. Your attention is like that water. When you focus it on the spiritual aspects of your life, those areas begin to flourish. But it's not just about what you focus on, it's also about how you focus. Spiritual focus involves a kind of attention that's different from our usual scattered thinking. It's a deep, mindful awareness. It's being fully present in the moment, fully engaged with what you're doing or thinking about. When you cultivate this kind of focus, something amazing happens. You start to notice things you've never seen before. Opportunities that were always there, but hidden from view, suddenly become visible. Solutions to problems that seemed unsolvable appear as if by magic. But the real power of spiritual focus lies in its ability to align you with your true self. We all have an inner compass, a deep knowing of who we are and what we're here to do. But most of the time, that compass is buried under layers of societal expectations, past experiences, and limiting beliefs. Spiritual focus helps you clear away those layers and reconnect with your authentic self. When you're aligned with your true self, life becomes easier. Decision-making becomes clearer. You stop second-guessing yourself because you're acting from a place of inner wisdom. You become more resilient in the face of challenges because you know you're on the right path. So how does all of this translate into your everyday life? The effects of spiritual focus are far-reaching and profound. Let's break it down into different areas of life. In your personal life, spiritual focus helps you build deeper, more meaningful relationships. When you're focused on what truly matters, you naturally prioritize the people who are important to you. You become a better listener, more empathetic, more present in your interactions. Your relationships become less about what you can get and more about what you can give. At work, spiritual focus can skyrocket your productivity and satisfaction. Instead of getting bogged down in busy work, you're able to focus on tasks that truly matter. You become more creative, more innovative, because you're tapped into a deeper source of wisdom. And because you're aligned with your purpose, work becomes less of a chore and more of a calling. In terms of your health and well-being, spiritual focus can work wonders. Stress melts away when you're focused on what truly matters. You make better choices about diet and exercise because you're more in tune with your body's needs. You sleep better because your mind isn't racing with worries and regrets. Financially, spiritual focus can lead to abundance. When you're clear about your values and purpose, you make better decisions about how to spend and invest your money. You're less likely to waste resources on things that don't truly matter to you. And because you're more aligned and productive, new opportunities for wealth creation often appear. But perhaps the most significant impact is on your overall sense of fulfillment and happiness. When you have spiritual focus, you're not constantly chasing the next big thing. You're not comparing yourself to others or feeling like you're never enough. Instead, you have a deep sense of contentment and purpose. You know you're on the right path, even when things get tough. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect or that challenges disappear. But with spiritual focus, you have the tools to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. You're able to find meaning and growth in every experience, good or bad. One of the most beautiful things about spiritual focus is how it ripples out into the world around you. As you become more centered, more purposeful, more aligned, you naturally inspire others. Your energy changes, and people notice. You become a beacon of positivity and purpose in a world that desperately needs it. Imagine the impact you could have if you were living fully aligned with your purpose, radiating positive energy wherever you go. That's the power of spiritual focus. It's not just about changing your life, it's about changing the world, one focused moment at a time. Now, I know all of this might sound a bit abstract or even overwhelming. You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Don't worry, we're going to get into the practical steps soon. But first, it's important to understand why so many people struggle with this, even when they try their best. The reason is simple. We've been trained to focus on the wrong things. From a young age, we're taught to prioritize external achievements over inner growth. We're bombarded with messages telling us that happiness comes from having more stuff, looking a certain way, or achieving certain status symbols. As a result, most of us have developed habits of attention that actually work against us. We focus on our fears instead of our dreams. We dwell on what's wrong instead of what's right. We worry about the future or regret the past instead of being present in the moment. These habits can be hard to break. That's why learning to activate your spiritual focus correctly is so crucial. It's not just about trying harder. It's about learning a whole new way of directing your attention. It's about rewiring your brain to focus on what truly matters. But here's the exciting part. Once you learn how to do this, it becomes second nature. Just like learning to ride a bike, it might feel awkward at first. You might fall a few times. But once you get it, it becomes effortless. And the rewards are incredible. In the next sections, we're going to dive into the nitty-gritty of how to activate your spiritual focus. We'll look at common mistakes people make and how to avoid them. We'll explore practical techniques you can start using today. And we'll talk about what you can expect as you begin this transformative journey. Remember, this isn't about becoming a different person. It's about becoming more fully yourself. It's about peeling away the layers of conditioning and distraction to reveal the amazing, purposeful, powerful being you've always been underneath. So, are you ready to take the next step? Are you ready to learn how to activate your spiritual focus and transform your life? Let's keep going. The best is yet to come. Common pitfalls on the path to spiritual focus. As we embark on this journey of spiritual focus, it's important to be aware of the common mistakes that can trip us up. Understanding these pitfalls can save you time and frustration, helping you progress more quickly and smoothly. The first major mistake is confusing spiritual focus with mere positive thinking. While optimism is valuable, spiritual focus goes much deeper. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is fine. Instead, it's about seeing reality clearly, including both challenges and opportunities, and approaching them from a place of inner wisdom and alignment. Another common error is thinking that spiritual focus means withdrawing from the world. Some people believe that to be spiritual, they need to retreat to a mountaintop or spend hours in meditation every day. While quiet reflection is important, true spiritual focus enhances your engagement with life, not your withdrawal from it. It's about bringing a higher level of consciousness to your everyday activities, whether you're at work, with family, or running errands. Many people also fall into the trap of seeking instant results. In our fast-paced world, we're used to quick fixes and immediate gratification. But spiritual focus is a practice, not a one-time event. It's like building a muscle. It takes consistent effort over time to see significant results. Don't get discouraged if you don't experience a dramatic transformation overnight. Trust the process and keep at it. Another pitfall is becoming too rigid or dogmatic. Spiritual focus should expand your perspective, not narrow it. Be wary of any approach that claims to have all the answers or that requires you to follow strict rules without question. True spiritual focus is flexible, adaptable, and honors your individual journey. Lastly, a common mistake is neglecting the physical while focusing on the spiritual. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Taking care of your body, managing your finances, and dealing with practical matters are all part of a holistic approach to spiritual focus. Don't use spirituality as an excuse to avoid dealing with the concrete aspects of life. Now that we've covered what not to do, let's dive into how to correctly activate your spiritual focus. This is where the rubber meets the road. The practical steps you can take to start transforming your life today. The first step is to create space for stillness in your life. In our busy world, this can be challenging, but it's essential. Start with just a few minutes each day of quiet reflection. This could be meditation, prayer, or simply sitting in silence. The goal is to quiet the constant chatter of your mind and tune into your inner wisdom. Next, practice mindfulness throughout your day. This means bringing full awareness to whatever you're doing, whether it's eating, working, or talking with a friend. When you catch your mind wandering, gently bring it back to the present moment. This trains your brain to focus and helps you stay connected to your spiritual center even in the midst of activity. Another powerful technique is to regularly clarify and reconnect with your values and purpose. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What do you want your life to stand for? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? Write these things down and review them often. Let them guide your decisions and actions. Cultivating gratitude is also crucial for activating spiritual focus. Each day, take time to appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small. This shifts your focus from what's lacking to the abundance that's already present, aligning you with a higher vibration. Incorporating ritual into your life can be a powerful way to activate spiritual focus. This doesn't have to be elaborate. It could be as simple as lighting a candle before your morning reflection time, or taking a few deep breaths before starting work. Rituals serve as anchors, helping to center your mind and spirit. Another important aspect is to surround yourself with supportive people and environments. Your spiritual focus will flourish more easily when you're in the company of others who share similar values and aspirations. Seek out communities or groups that resonate with your spiritual path. Lastly, remember to be gentle with yourself. Activating spiritual focus is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when it feels easy and natural, and others when it's more challenging. Embrace both with equal acceptance, knowing that every experience is an opportunity for growth. As you begin to correctly activate your spiritual focus, you can expect to see profound changes in various aspects of your life. While everyone's journey is unique, there are some common transformations that many people experience. One of the first things you might notice is a greater sense of inner peace. The constant mental chatter that many of us experience begins to quieten. You'll find yourself less reactive to external circumstances and more able to maintain a sense of calm even in challenging situations. Your relationships are likely to improve significantly. As you become more centered and self-aware, you'll naturally become a better listener and communicator. You'll have more empathy and patience for others, leading to deeper, more meaningful connections. In terms of your career or life's work, you may find a new sense of purpose and direction. Tasks that once felt meaningless now take on new significance as you understand how they connect to your larger goals and values. You might even feel called to make significant changes in your career to align more closely with your spiritual purpose. Many people report improved physical health as they develop their spiritual focus. This often comes from reduced stress, better sleep, and making healthier choices as you become more attuned to your body's needs. Financially, you may notice positive changes as well. As you become clearer about what truly matters to you, you're likely to make better decisions about how you spend and invest your resources. Many people find that opportunities for abundance seem to appear more frequently as they align with their spiritual purpose. One of the most significant transformations is in how you perceive challenges and setbacks. Instead of seeing them as punishments or failures, you'll start to view them as opportunities for growth and learning. This resilience can be life-changing, allowing you to bounce back quickly from difficulties and maintain a positive outlook. You may also experience a heightened sense of intuition or spiritual connection. Many people report feeling more in tune with their inner guidance, making decision-making easier and more confident. Perhaps most importantly, you'll likely experience a deeper sense of fulfillment and joy in life. This isn't the fleeting happiness that comes from external achievements, but a profound sense of contentment and purpose that comes from within. Remember, these changes don't typically happen overnight. They unfold gradually as you consistently practice activating your spiritual focus. The key is to be patient with yourself and trust the process. As we come to the end of our exploration of spiritual focus, I want to emphasize that this is really just the beginning. The journey of spiritual focus is lifelong, continuously unfolding and deepening as you grow and evolve. Remember, the power to transform your life has been within you all along. Spiritual focus is simply the key that unlocks that potential. It's the tool that allows you to tap into your inner wisdom, align with your true purpose, and create a life of meaning, fulfillment, and joy. The path of spiritual focus isn't always easy. There will be challenges and setbacks along the way. But with persistence and patience, the rewards are immeasurable. You have the opportunity to not only transform your own life, but to become a beacon of light for others, contributing to positive change in the world around you. So I encourage you to take that first step today. Start small if you need to. Even a few minutes of quiet reflection can begin to shift your focus. Be gentle with yourself as you learn and grow. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Remember, once you learn to activate your spiritual focus correctly, your whole life can change instantly. Not because your external circumstances magically transform overnight, but because you begin to see and interact with the world in a completely new way. You have within you the power to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. A life of purpose, of joy, of deep fulfillment. All it takes is learning to focus on what truly matters, the spiritual essence of who you are and why you're here. So take a deep breath, center yourself, and step forward into this new way of being. Your journey of spiritual focus starts now, and I promise you, it's going to be an incredible ride.